Hi everybody, and welcome to this episode of Beth's Best. Today we are back at one of my all-time favorite DVC or Disney Vacation Club resorts. We are at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jambo House, to check out a deluxe studio with a Savannah view. Let's do it. Your home for Disney room tours, guides, and reviews. Hit subscribe and the bell. Welcome to a deluxe studio with a Savannah view here at Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jambo House. This is a DVC or Disney Vacation Club room. Now here at Jambo House, there are two view categories. There's a standard view deluxe studio and there's a Savannah view deluxe studio. So the standard view studios are going to start at 10 points per night. The Savannah view start at 13 points per night depending on the time of year. Now, one of the things that you want to be aware of is that the room is going to be exactly the same, no matter which view category you book. They're all going to be about 365 square feet. So very similar to Kidani, which if you want an in-depth room tour of the Kidani studios, they are definitely different. I will link that above and below for you for your convenience, because that's a question people have all the time, right? What's the difference? And I do get into it quite a bit in that video. So again, I will link it for you. Now here at Jambo House, the standard view studios are mostly pool facing nowadays. They've changed this over the years. There are still some obstructed Savannah view rooms, but they're very hard to get. So most of them are going to be facing the pool versus the Savannah view rooms are located throughout the resort. And there are three Savannahs here. There's Arusha Savannah, which is a main flagship Savannah. And then there's also Sunset Savanna, which is the main feature Savannah for Kidani next door. Sunset's actually my favorite. And Uzima Savannah as well. And now Uzima is also great. It's a lot smaller, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because there's a lot less area for the animals to roam. Does that make sense? So we have had great rooms on all of the Savannahs. Don't worry about which one you get. Now, as I said, the rooms are going to be exactly the same. It's just going to be the view itself that changes. This is going to be room 5304 on the 5th floor with all of the other DVC rooms here at Jambo House. Let's start the tour. So this is room 5304. The door is right behind me. Now coming in, you've got a hallway. These rooms do tend to be a little bit dark. It goes kind of with the theme, right? Now you've got a nice big mirror here. All the rooms have this. I love the fact that you've got a mirror. I wish there was a hook to like put your bags and stuff, but I digress. This is a great spot to check yourself before you walk out the door in the morning or head out to dinner, whatever you want to do. Coming down the hallway, you've got a kitchen on one side and then a split bathroom on the other. Let's go to the kitchen next. Okay, we have a standard DVC studio kitchen here. I like the fact that we've got a granite top. My favorite feature of these little kitchenettes is of course going to be our Simba and our Rhino. Each room has a different mix-up. You're not guaranteed to get a Simba, but this room does have one, which I absolutely love. These are not the biggest studio kitchens. Bay Lake definitely gets that award, which I'll link that above and below for you if you haven't seen these studios at Bay Lake before, but certainly not the smallest that we've seen either. Polynesian, I'm looking at you. Again, I'll link that above and below for you if you haven't seen the studios at Polynesian. But you're gonna have your normal suspects. You've got your microwave, your toaster, you've got your ice bucket, your mini fridge. This one does happen to have a little bit of a freezer, like freezer shelf, we'll call it. And then you get your trash bucket and things like that. So these kitchenettes are not something you're gonna make like a full meal in, which I'm not. but they're great for like snacks and leftovers, things like that. I like to have breakfast in the room. So if you have some bagels or whatever, you're all set before you head to the park in the morning. Now, across the way from the kitchenette is going to be the split bathroom. So let's show you that next. We have made it into the bathroom. We have our typical DVC studio bathroom arrangement here, where you've got a double sink. I do love the double sink. Not all the studios have them, so that's great if you've got multiple people getting ready. And then we've got a door that has our toilet and our tub shower combination on the other side. Definitely not the world's biggest bathroom, not anything like the bathrooms that you're going to see at Riviera or Grand Floridian, oh the best, or Polynesian, also another great bathroom. And I have, of course, room tours on all of those, but let's stay with Jambo House for now. So this bathroom is great if you've got multiple people getting ready. You've got extra shelf space here. The only thing is, it definitely is dark. So they did give us, either depending on your term you prefer, a makeup or a shaving mirror here. It does light up, which is super convenient. Not a lot of storage though in these bathrooms. So you've got a towel rack above the toilet, and then you've got one hook on the back of the door. There's definitely room to add more, but for whatever reason they haven't. And underneath the sink here is just open space. So there aren't any like drawers or anything that you can tuck stuff away. So luckily you do have a lot of counter space to kind of spread stuff out. But otherwise it's totally serviceable. I like the fact that they give you another mirror on the back of the bathroom door to kind of check yourself when you're getting ready in the morning. It does make it easier with multiple people. There is an additional mirror farther into the room, which I will show you, that you can also use for getting ready as well. But that wraps up the bathroom, and I'm going to head next into the main living space of the room. All right, we are in the main living space of this deluxe studio. Right behind me, we've got a queen size bed. One of my pet peeves, you guys know if you're a subscriber, is that only one side of the bed has a nightstand. Like, what's the other person supposed to do, right? I mean, where are they gonna put their phone, their water, their glasses, whatever it is? It's annoying, something the DVC should fix. But anyway, we've got one nightstand here. I like the fact that each of the lights operates independently, you know, for reading or whatever. Now, this room is a dedicated studio, so we are not in a lock-off. Most of the studios here at Jambo are going to be lock-offs to a one-bedroom, so that you can make a two-bedroom unit. If you want to see videos on those, I'll try and remember to link them above and below for you. But this is a dedicated studio, so we have the advantage of, they put a little like armoire bench seat right there next to the armoire, excuse me, right when you walk into the room, and it has a little bit of storage. The armoire is basically the majority of your storage in this room, which just has some hanging space. You've got your extra pillows, extra blankets going to be in there. You've got your safe, your ironing board, your luggage rack is going to be in the armoire, but there's no closets in these rooms. And that's one of the big differences between Kidani and Jambo. Again, I go into this in full detail in the Kidani studio tour, but that is one of the main differences. No closets here in any of the Jambo studios. Now, moving farther into the room, you've got your pull-out couch. These rooms currently sleep 4 guests and 1 child up to 3 years old. So if you have an infant or a toddler in your party, then you can have 5. Otherwise, you're only gonna have 4 guests, 2 here in the queen, and then 2 on the pull-out couch. We are hoping that they're going to replace these pull-out couches with like the Murphy beds that we've seen them rolling out across property, because these couches are not the most comfortable. But anyway, you've got your couch space, you've got your little ottomans. There's no storage in the ottoman. Most of the DVC units now have like, you know, where you can put the pillows and stuff in the ottomans. No, not like that here. And then you've got one nightstand on the other side of the couch as well. Across the way from the couch, you've got your TV and your dresser. So we've got the standard smart TV that we're seeing roll out across property. It's like 55 inches. It does the, if you're the Smith family, when you walk in your room, it's gonna say, "Welcome Smith family," which is always really fun. And it plays resort specific music. So there are drums and I like it, I enjoy it, can you tell? And then underneath we've got our dresser. So there are only 4 drawers. They're not super deep, but what are you gonna do? At least we've got a couple of drawers, but that's about it for storage. Again, no closets, you just got a little hanging space in the armoire, no drawers or anything in the bathroom, and then you've got 4 relatively small drawers underneath the TV. And then next to that, you've got your small dining area. So you've got a little table and 2 chairs. Above that though is what I was mentioning in the bathroom, the extra space for getting ready. So you've got a mirror with a couple of lights, so it's kind of like overflow space if you need it, if you've got a bunch of people trying to get ready at the same time. Now we are in a Savannah view room. Again, that's the category we booked into. We're on Sunset Savanna here in 5304. We have an amazing view, so I want to show you that next. Check out this balcony. We are on the corner here, and so we have a little bit of extra space in this balcony. We have the standard 2 chairs. Everybody loves these zebra chairs, right? They're just so quintessential Jambo House. And then you've got a small table. This is the perfect spot to have your coffee in the morning or have a glass of wine or something at the end of the night, whatever you're into. I mean, where else do you get to do this, right? Where you get to have your coffee or a beverage looking at a zebra or a giraffe or, you know, any of the amazing animals that they have here. And we're really lucky because there's a bait station right in front of our room, because that's the Kidani overlook in the distance. So we've seen a lot of animal activity, which has been absolutely fabulous. Angoli cattle out there hanging out right now. I mean, I love the standard rooms here at Jambo House, and I will book them all day long, but there is something that's really nice about booking a Savannah view as well, and, you know, guaranteeing that you're going to be able to see the animals, especially if it's kind of like your first trip, or you've got littles that are really into seeing the animals. Then it might be something that's worth a splurge for you. Okay, let's head back inside and talk about Jambo House. So let's talk about Animal Kingdom Lodge. I'm going to talk about both Jambo and Kidani a little bit here, but I'm going to mostly talk about Jambo since that's where we are, right? Now, Animal Kingdom Lodge is probably one of the most derisive DVC resorts, in that there are members like myself who absolutely love Animal Kingdom Lodge, and there are members who are like, yeah, not for me. And that's the great thing about DVC, right? Is there are so many different resorts that, like, not everything has to be for everybody. It depends on the type of trip that you're here and what your expectations are, right? So one of the things that people who don't like Animal Kingdom Lodge tend to complain about is the transportation. So for a DVC resort, this is definitely not the most conveniently located. The closest park is going to be, of course, Animal Kingdom theme park, but you can't walk there. There's no Skyliner. You've got to take a bus. It's a very short bus ride. It's like, 3 minutes, not even door to door, but you do have to take a bus, and you're busing everywhere else. Now, we're in like the southern quadrant of the Disney World Resort. So if you look at the map, Magic Kingdom is going to be the farthest away, and it is a little bit of a haul. It's a solid 20-25 minute bus ride, and that's presuming the bus shows up when you want it to, which sometimes it does, but it doesn't always. You're a lot closer to, of course, Animal Kingdom theme park, Epcot, and Hollywood Studios, so just bear in mind that Magic Kingdom is going to be your farthest hike. And for some people, that's a deal breaker, and I totally get it. However, for me, a lot of the amenities here are worth staying here, maybe not every trip, but I stay here a lot, and really the dining is one of the big reasons for that. The dining here at Animal Kingdom Lodge is arguably the best. Now, there are tons of safe options. If you've got like kiddos or family members who only eat mac and cheese and chicken nuggets, you'll be able to get that here. But if you have more adventurous eaters too, there's lots of great options. So from the quick service standpoint, you're going to have the Mara, which has a bunch of great options. You've got to have, for what I'll call one table service, you've got to have Boma breakfast, one of my absolute favorites. They also do dinner, which is fabulous. Again, a whole variety of options for both adventurous eaters and not so adventurous eaters, right? Over at Kidani, you've got Sana. Like, do yourself the favor and get the bread service. I know people talk about it, but like, there's a reason they talk about it, because it's excellent. And then for signature dining here at Jambo House, you've got Jiko, which if you haven't, taken the time to dine at Jiko, you're doing yourself a disservice. The food is excellent. The service is generally excellent. If you're into wine, they have the largest selection of African wines outside the continent of Africa. And it's just not something you're going to get to do really anywhere else. And speaking of collections outside the continent of Africa, they also have one of the largest collections of African art and artifacts here at the two buildings, both Jambo and Kidani, of anywhere in the world. I mean, the artifacts here are fascinating. The lobby's filled with them. So if you have the time that you can kind of like poke around and read the plaques and all that, it's absolutely worth doing. Even if you're not staying here, you might want to pop over here and make a dining reservation and then plan a little extra time to look around the resort, because it's just really beautiful, and it's absolutely worth the time to do so. Beyond the dining and the cultural aspect, right, you're going to have a whole bunch of other amenities here. So there are a variety of pools. So here at Jambo House, you've got the Big Ozima pool as the featured pool. Lovely, kid friendly, very adult friendly. But if you've got little kids in your party, you're going to want to go over to the Kidani pool. There's a Wadi Springs pool. They have a massive kids play area over there. It's probably one of the best, if not the best, kid pools here on property. You could, like, your little ones are going to be able to spend the whole day there for sure. And then there are a whole bunch of like unique things that you can only do here as a guest of Animal Kingdom Lodge. So like they have night vision goggles. If you go to like one of the overlooks in the evening, the cast members will have night vision goggles that you can borrow for 15-20 minutes or whatever it is, and check out the animals. Like, where else do you get to do that? And the cultural representatives are back on property, yay! And it's just so fun to get to talk to them and learn about their culture and their own personal stories. And also I like to find out what they're thinking about, how they're enjoying their time here in Florida, right? It just adds this extra layer of immersion. And that's really the thing about Animal Kingdom Lodge, is you are immersed, like from the minute you are here on property. So if you want to get away, maybe you don't even want to go to the parks, maybe you just want to like have a staycation or just a relaxing time, then this is going to be a great place to do that. But you can absolutely still go to the parks if that's something that you want to do too. So let me know, have you stayed here before? If you have, do you love it like I do? Or are you like, nah, not for me? Do you have any questions? If you do, feel free to type them below. I've stayed here probably more times than I can count. I will try to link the more recent relevant videos for you if I remember. I think I have a whole playlist of Animal Kingdom Lodge videos at this point that I will try to remember to connect. But this is what we do here at Bats Best, is deluxe and DVC tours. So if that's something that's interesting to you, please hit the subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.